Hi. Hi, it's me, Tree Town Tony. Oh my God, I love my life. I love my life. um, so right now, currently, it's around 7:30, I think, Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who don't know, I am in Southeast Michigan, in the Ann Arbor area. Uh, that's where the name Tree Town comes from. Arbor means trees. Ann Arbor is the town, Tree Town. And I'm Tony, and I'm from Ann Arbor. Tree Town Tony. But anyway, so here I am. Like this is like the I don't know, ending of my day. And this is how I'm wrapping it up. I get to be out here in this beautiful, beautiful weather. Oh my God, I love Michigan. I love Michigan weather. You know, there's some weather that's not great. I'll admit it. I don't, but I've come to terms with that. I don't complain about it like I used to. Oh, wow. Mosquito. I just had to knock him off my hand. Man, wow, this is a big dude. Anyway, so it's, sunset. And it's, like mid-September in Southeast Michigan. And I like to call this time of year pre-fall because it's the end of summer, but it doesn't feel like the end of summer because it's got this chill in the air. The temperatures are cooling. I think it's exciting. I love fall. Oh man, allergies. Woo. But hey, it's all part of being outside Michigan. It's all good. I'll deal with some allergies to be out in this. Oh my God. To be out in this beautiful, look at this. Wow. I know, it's just like, it's so beautiful, right? This is what I get to do. This is where I live. This is where I live. So this is what I do for fun. I come outside. Basically, like I come outside and play. There's I walk all through this area, just out in the grass, outside in the fresh air. And I'm thinking about this weather, right? This weather I'm describing, I do it. It's beautiful. I'm grateful that I can be excited for this weather. But there's a excuse me, there's a segment of our population, sad enough, this time of year for them means something maybe dreadful, maybe scary. Like a segment of the population that's homeless. They don't have shelter, and the weather's getting colder, and pretty soon, yeah, it's gonna look really beautiful. All this greenery, all this foliage, all this beautiful landscape is gonna look amazing. and trust me, I'm gonna be taking photos and posting videos of it, and I'm gonna keep doing it all through fall. Like when the colors change, oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful. Okay. But I'm like the master of rabbit trails. But no, it's sad that like what if you're homeless, right? And you're in this area, and it's not too bad in the spring, summer, whatever, late spring through the summer into this time of year, it starts getting cold. So what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for them? Does that mean they have to relocate? They have to go further south, like migrate? Does that mean they have to I don't know, do things that they wouldn't normally do or wouldn't want to do, or like have to do, that's really unpleasant? I don't know. I'm fortunate that I haven't really been in that situation. I mean, I've been in situations where I was technically without a place to live, but always had you know, at least enough friends that had a couch or something, you know what I mean? Like, I was never really like had to be out on the streets kind of thing. At the very least had a car, you know. So I've been fortunate, and I still am, but not everybody is. And, you know, regardless of how they get there, I'm not here to judge, you know. There's a lot of things that we battle in life: depression, mental illness of all sorts, addiction, alcoholism, gosh, so many others, countless of other things that, you know, I can't even begin to imagine. I can't comprehend of, because it's like so completely outside of anything I've ever experienced. I can gain knowledge on mental conditions, but unless I've experienced it, I have no idea what it really feels like. So, you know, I've been definitely in fear of homelessness. That I was maybe one check away from like my entire existence, you know, crumbling. You know, if I missed one payment of something, I missed one payday, if I got sick or something and I couldn't work, or whatever the case may be, that this house of cards that I had built around me was all going to tumble, and I was going to end up on the streets, and or as close to it as I could be. I mean, you know, and even I'm crossing the fence. Even you know, even having like couches to go to, I mean, you know, that's somebody's space. You know, that's it's nice of them to offer, but, you know, you're at, not only is it like not pleasant for you, it's not pleasant for them. It's not like, you know, a long-term solution, you know, to live on someone's couch. Now that, oddly enough, I actually do have experience with. So like pandemic 2020, we all went through some stuff in our own way. And long story short, you know, I was in a very very bad rental situation, and I was in transportation. Yeah. And they pretty much like stopped all transportation for a minute there. Eventually, all, you know, the Lyft, Uber, and like DoorDash came along. All this, like, or DoorDash not came along, but emerged to what it is now, and other food delivery services eventually surged through that pandemic. But the initial part of it was pretty hard. Hit a lot of us really hard. You know, I was certainly in a place where I was already experiencing a lot of depression, and along with that depression came something I never really expected, and that was a very gross mismanagement of my finances and my financial resources. Essentially, I went from like running a service, a business like that existed like 7 days a week for decades, to really not being able to afford to pay my rent in an apartment, like half of my rent in an apartment, like at my mid 40s, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, really should be able to, you know, at least generate enough income with my abilities, with my means, to at least be able to pay my half of the bills. But I was so sunk into this depression, and at first I thought it was, oh, I'm just struggling financially because I'm in an off season. Like, there's an off season in my industry, or there's like a time of the year where it's not so busy. But the off season wasn't so bad that I don't know, maybe it was, but I think I made it out to be a lot worse than it really was because of what I was going through mentally and emotionally. And I just really had no idea. Like, I had no idea what I was really experiencing. I had no way to, like, communicate that. I was kind of in therapy, but not really engaging in therapy. If you've ever been in therapy, if you know what I mean, like, we're just kind of like going through the motions, like, this is what happened, this is how it made me feel, and this is like how I reacted, and like kind of this like almost like a self-analysis type of thing with an observer almost. To just really like engaging with my therapist, like, hey, look, this is what's going on with me. I've seen these symptoms, or noticed these symptoms are occurring. I have you know, it's affected these areas of my life, you know, like really getting into like the me of it, like not the external circumstances of it, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to say like belittle anybody else's experience, but like we all had some sort of very big trauma that happened to us during the pandemic, regardless of how much or how little your life changed as a result of that happening, right? This was like a world pandemic. It affected everybody on the planet. And, you know, my experience, just like many others, it really caught me off guard. It really shook me during, after. Anytime I tried to speak about it, about my experience and what I felt like with anybody, it was usually countered with, you know, some kind of similar trauma that they have experienced as a result of the, you know, what happened during the shutdown and all of that stuff, and, you know, reintroduction to, you know, where we are now, and the entire process was something that at least most or all of us or whatever, most of us here in the States, really, if you grew up here in the US, we've never really experienced anything like that. And there's other countries that have experienced pandemics, and going through that really gave me a better perspective on, like, man, what would it be like to live in a country that a pandemic could break out at any day and kill, like, you know, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. I don't know, right? You know, it's like now it seems like now that we've gone through this and we've got some experience, and now we know, you know, distancing and masking up and vaccination and whatever it is. Now we know. We have an experience with it. We feel like that should there be another, we'll be better prepared. We'll be a lot better prepared. And I think a lot of people have said inevitably there'll be another pandemic within a relatively short period of time. I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly predict that kind of thing. That's way beyond my knowledge and expertise. But I'm sure if I did some research, I could probably gain some more some more insight on that. But either way, I'm just saying that, like, there's a big difference between having knowledge of something and having experience with something. You know, I could have a head full of knowledge. I could know every single thing there is to know about it, right? I mean, it would be like if I studied a sport Like if I studied basketball and I've never touched a basketball, I've never played basketball, but I know every single rule, every single technique, and I've studied and watched, and I know how the game works, and I've all of this stuff, right? Does that make me a basketball player? No. No, because I've never played basketball, so therefore I am not a basketball player. Never have been. And until I played basketball, I will not know what the experience is, right? I mean, you can describe it to me all day long. I can be in similar experiences, even. Very similar experiences, even. But until I've actually had that experience, I really don't know. I just have knowledge of it. And while I can be very helpful with my knowledge, sure. But I think I'm more helpful to you and to others by really talking about what was going on with me and what goes on with me emotionally and inside, mentally, like who I am as a person. Man, life hurts sometimes. Life really fucking hurts sometimes. And it's okay. It's okay to like go through pain and experience pain. I used to be so afraid of that. Now I almost welcome it because I know I'm going to grow from it. I know I'm going to get better. I know that I'm going to be stronger the next time something inevitable goes down, right? I don't like it. So here I have like crying my eyes out and bawling and letting out all my emotions and feeling it all and right on this like real authentic level. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Sit here and paint this picture that it's all like fun and games all the time and it's all rainbows, and no, man, I enjoy these moments like this, like in this, like I enjoy this. Look at that, look at where I am. It's so beautiful here. I enjoy these moments now, especially because I know that eventually there are gonna be some hard days. There's gonna be some hard times. There's gonna be some losses. There's gonna be some pain. There's gonna be some tears. Whew. There already is. They're already here right now. But I'm on that like better side of it right now. There's just some things I just haven't really completely processed yet and have completely accepted yet. And it's the reality of some recent deaths of some friends, both under good and very horrible, tragic circumstances. Like a couple of my friends like lived these beautiful, like the ends of their lives were these beautiful, spiritual, sober, inspirational. They were people of service. They gave back to our community through recovery. And they died sober, and they died living good lives, and nothing tragic, and it's just sad still, right? Lose a friend. But more than a dozen others. Man, more than a dozen others I have lost as a result of alcoholism or drug addiction. 13 out of 15 of my friends who have died this year. And these aren't people like, oh yeah, I met them, hung out with them one time or something or another, or I knew who they were, or we were Facebook buddies, or knew them through social media, whatever. These are friends of mine. These are people I know. That could be here. They could still be here. Damn, that's so hard. I think that's the hardest part. It's not so much that I've lost them, it's that they didn't have to go the way they went. And so how can I not be grateful? How can I not be grateful for my beautiful life? For this beautiful life that I have. That hasn't killed me. As I was shown a way to take action. As I was shown a success formula. I was shown something that works. That was working with other people. I could see it. It was evident in their lives that it worked. And they showed me how to do the same thing. And I did it. And I didn't do it perfectly. And I still don't do it perfectly. I don't think I ever will do it perfectly. But I do it. I do it. And I put in effort. And I do it for my wellness. I do it for my family. I do it for the people I love. And I do it for other people who have struggled with what I struggled with, who are struggling with what I struggled with. Most of them are it's them that are the most important. That's what I'm trying to say. Those who are struggling right now, who are in it right now. If you know somebody right now who's in that horrible place, that hopeless place, oh, tell them about me. If you have a good story, share your story. Inspire some kind of action if you can. I know it's hard. I know what it's like to have your back up against the wall. I know what it's like to be in that. I know what it's like to be in that horrible place, that dark hole, that, oh, man, yeah. Gotta take action, some kind of action. I don't know what that is. I don't ever preach about what people should or shouldn't do, right? I keep it very simple. My physical health I address with diet and exercise. My mental health I address with therapy, through friendship, through support. And my spiritual health, I maintain that with conscious contact with a higher power. Call it God, call it whatever you want. Give back to others, right? Give of me like I'm doing now, giving of me, showing you my weaknesses, showing you my vulnerability, showing you the real fucking Tony. This is me. This is how I am. You know, I haven't always been this way, and you can ask a lot of people who know me, you know, maybe deep down in my soul, there was this person here that I had just buried so deep. But my authentic self is becoming more and more me every day, and I'm loving more and more of who I really am every day. Man, that's so cool to say. Wow, I love who I am today. I could never say that. I used to say it, like, but not mean it. Like, yeah, man, I'm Tony. I'm the shit. Didn't anybody tell you? Haven't you heard? Oh my God. But I never really was okay being me. And I am today. And that's huge. That's huge for someone like me to just be okay being themselves. So if you're feeling like not okay with life, with you, with yourself, with your circumstances, with your surroundings, with whatever it is, I get it. I know what it's like to feel not okay. Very, very, very much. I really know. I'm very familiar with feeling not okay. Wow, you guys. Whew. Michigan sunset. Oh my God. Oh man. Look at this. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Wow. So that's another, I'm like partially blind in my left eye. I get kind of weird vision, and I have these artificial lenses in my eyes. So if my eyes look weird, that's probably one of the reasons. But thank you for letting me serve you. Thank you for letting me share this experience with you. I know it's been a long time since I really got into a video like this, you know. 20-30 minute time range thing. I've been keeping them real short, you know. It's when I feel compelled, it's when I feel inspired, it's when I feel that somebody out there is gonna need to hear what I gotta say, I guess. I don't know. I just listen to God, listen to my higher power. And when I hear that voice inside say, make a video, tell them about your life. That's what I do. I love you. I believe in you. Take action. Take action for your wellness. You gotta do it. Thank you for letting me serve you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be here for you.